Greetings. Hold on here. Let me fix my sound a bit. All right, that should do it. Woo! Greetings, everyone. I had to burn some Palo Santo for this show tonight. So we're going to cleanse the screen, cleanse the area, cleanse our mind, body, spirit, and soul. Let the energies roll. There's some Palo Santo for you. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome to Journey to Bliss. And as many of you know, I am Ms. Bliss. And Chuck Berry knows. That's an interesting name. Greetings, Chuck Berry. Greetings, Mrs. Tate. Peace and blessings. How are you? Good evening. Happy to see you guys here. So we are going to start with a little advertising for one of the sisters that's doing an event. So this is a Two Hearts, One Love event that is a matchmaking event that was organized. It is $80, but it's $40 if you get the early bird special. It's scheduled for this month on March 30th. And if anyone is looking for love in all the right places, I suggest you check that sister out and see what she got going on. Another person that I support, I'm going to show you a video of the sister Tanisha and what she has to offer. Yes. Reach out to Tanisha. She is on Instagram. She actually has an event that is coming up, which is a women's event. If you want more information regarding that event, if you're interested in attending, you can follow her on Instagram, and you could also see what she has to offer in terms of her creativity. All right, my Bliss Love Tea.
When you smile, I'm enchanted. When you kiss me, I can't stand it. I'm in paradise. Your touch is just like satin. Girl, you make my whole life happen when I look into your eyes.
Yes, I'm actually drinking some tea right now. And on top of that, I also have my sea moss shake. Shout out to the brother who sells the sea moss, Black Africa sells the sea moss. I've been drinking and preparing his sea moss now for over a year. It's good quality sea moss. I do recommend it. So if you're interested in learning more about sea moss, the health benefits of sea moss and how you can make it and what other nutrients and minerals that he's including inside the sea moss, reach out to Black America. He also is on Instagram. I have to find out what his Instagram title is, and then I would let you guys know that, and you could reach out to him. So now, tonight's topic, the title is heifers. Yeah, red heifers. You know, when one of the women saw this title, she reached out to me and she said that heifers is a word that they used to call young girls like many years ago. I don't know, maybe like in the 1800s or 1900s or something like that. They actually called young girls heifers. Maybe this had something to do with their virginity, because I can't connect any other dots other than the fact that if you're calling a human a heifer, and we all know that a cow is a heifer, so it has something to do with, I guess, virginity. So anyway, so we're going to be talking about the Red Heifer Ritual. And at the end of this show, I'm going to explain to you why I chose this topic and why I'm talking to you about it. And so you can connect the dots, because it is actually in connection to another YouTuber who provided me their video. So here we go. Red heifers. What's going on with the red heifers? So a red heifer is a red female cow. These particular cows that I'm going to be communicating about were acquired in the United States around September 2022, and they were delivered to Israel. Now, we've seen cows that are black and white, cows that are brown. These cows are actually like a reddish color. So it's more like a reddish color. So this group, this religious group in Israel, y'all know what group I'm talking about. They were searching for these cows for a long time in order to do this particular ritual that they are about to do, because this ritual is scheduled to be in a few days. So they were searching for years for these particular red heifers, and they happened to find them here in the United States. So I want to say one more thing about these red heifers. When they're looking for them, and the reason why it took them years to find the heifers is because when they're doing this particular ritual, it's extremely important to have the best quality red heifer that they could possibly find. So they were searching everywhere to find the proper cows. So the heifer, she cannot have any white or black hairs on her body. These heifers were bought in Texas. That's when they came to America. They purchased them in Texas. How did they get them back to Israel? They classified them as pets due to breaking the law in transportation. So there is a law where in the United States where it's illegal to transfer these type of animals out of America into another country. So remember I told you before in the other shows, there's something called a loophole. And almost anything that you're dealing with business and investments and spirituality, there are these things called loopholes where you can just find a little way to get through it. So how did they get these red heifers from Texas and America and over to Israel? They classify them as pets. And so they purchased them in 2002, and they have been maintaining them over there in Israel since then. They've been feeding them and giving them water and preparing them for sacrifice. They've been taking great care of these cows. Now, they've been very, very particular about choosing these cows too. So where do we get this ritual from? Where does this idea about red heifers come from? And why is it that not many people know about it? Actually, I found out about it from the person who sent me the video, and I dug a little deeper to say, okay, what's going on here? So the red heifers, they need to be virgin cows without any defects or any blemishes. I repeat, virgin cows with no defects, no blemishes. They can't have any black or white hairs. They need to be red heifers. So I could see why they were calling some young girls back then heifers, because they were virgins. So there's a little bit of the connection in terms of why the older woman told me that they used to call women heifers many years ago, because they were virgins. Okay, so where did this story about the heifers come from? This is actually a Bible story, believe it or not. Shout out to all my Bible thumpers, the ones who are always reaching out to me and sending y'all Bible quotes. I appreciate y'all. I'm very grateful. So where at in the Bible is this story located? This story about the sacrifice of red heifers is located in Numbers 19. So if you go into the Bible and you look under Numbers 19, you will see information in regards to the sacrifice of red heifers. So how does it go? How does the story go? A cow is brought to the priest, Eleazar, as a sacrifice according to the Torah, and its ashes were used for ritual purification of corpses that are unclean. So the ritual is thought of as to be used in good light for protection, for purification, for preparation, for a lot of things that could be coming that could harm you. Okay, so it's not a ritual that is sort of like negative, to do anything bad on anyone, because I know a lot of people, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all always, the mentality is every ritual, everything with spell work, everything with witchcraft, everything with voodoo or hoodoo or obia, it's got to be something negative that you need to do on other people for whatever reason. I have no logic why you would even want to do anything like that. But there are people out here. And when I say it's not even hundreds of people, it's thousands. It's thousands of people out here that are doing rituals not to harm anyone else or to affect anyone else's willpower. Because when you try to do spell work or ritual on someone to do harm to them, or to try to cause relationships to break up, or to mess with their finances or mess with their children, most of the time it's not working. But these people are doing rituals to protect themselves and their people. That's what it's designed for. Back to Numbers 19. So this is sort of a purification ritual, and it's purification of the Israelites. At least this is what it says. From uncleanness, specifically the ashes of the red heifer were needed because red heifer ashes were necessary for the purification rites held at the temple. So these rituals are done at their temples for protection, for good luck, for purification, for money, also for relationships, all sorts of things. So there's a reference to the red heifer ritual that is in the Bible. So if you go into the Bible under Numbers 19, you'll find that there. So moving forward, after the animals, in this instance, they're using multiple red heifers. They have purchased a lot of red heifers from Texas, and they're now over in Israel. So the animals are killed in the Bible, the story with Eleazar, the animals are killed. And once the animals are dead, they would sprinkle some of its blood towards the front of the tabernacle 7 times. So they have the blood of the red heifers, and they've taken the blood out of the red heifer. So it's separate from the actual corpse or the actual body of the cow. And they take the blood and then they sprinkle it for protection, right? And this is in the Bible, actually. So then Eleazar in the Bible, he would go back to the location of where the cows, the carcasses, are being burned. So that you have different locations where this ritual is taken, because this is a very big ritual. This is a big, big deal to these people. So after they sprinkle the blood, he goes over and checks where the corpse is burning. And so on a massive white altar is where they will be burned, on a plot of land overlooking the Mount of Olives of Jerusalem. The ceremony must be performed looking directly into where the ancient Second Temple stood before it was destroyed by the Romans. So when they're doing this ritual, they have to face a certain direction, and they have to make sure that certain people are there, meaning certain people with I guess you would say like a clean energy. And this is just normal for, I guess, anybody who's doing any type of ritual. You don't want anyone there with any type of I guess you could say crazy chaotic energy where they're carrying all this negative spirits, because it'll never work. It'll never work. Hence why a lot of things that people are doing today is not working. So the red heifer, the blood is over there and the red heifers are burning over here. While they're burning, he adds 3 things to the heifers as they're burning. The 3 things that he's adding is very interesting to me. He's adding cedar wood, he's adding hyssop, and he's adding scarlet wool. So some of y'all know what those things are. You know what cedar wood is, you know what hyssop is, and you know, some of you, you may not know what scarlet wool is, but I'm pretty sure a lot of our brothers and sisters out there know what cedar wood is, right? Hold on. Tony Starks, what a name. Why are the Gentiles taking animals from the real Holy Land to their fraudulent Holy Land? Go figure. That is a good question. So here's what I'm going to have to say, what I feel is going on. I don't know exactly the answer of why they would do one from the other. I do know that in the research that I did, they searched hell and high water and they could not find these red heifers. They couldn't find them. So this ritual is so important to these people that obviously they'll do whatever they have to do to accomplish this goal here. So the only place they could find it was in America. And in a lot of instances, a lot of times when you're looking for something so unique and so special, a lot of times it is in America, because, I mean, what could I say? America is America, right? So it's just interesting how they, in order for them to get it from America to Israel, how they got away with titling them as pets. Like, how many people have cows as pets? But I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, all right. The point is that they got them from here. They got them over there in order to do the ritual. So this is a huge sacrifice, a big deal. So now they have the red heifers. They have their cedar wood, the hyssop, and the scarlet wool. So now you have reference to the colors red. You have reference to blood. You have reference to cows, which are the red heifers. You have reference to the number 19 in the Bible. You have reference to cedar wood. You have reference to hyssop, and you have reference to scarlet wool. Anytime you see these guys doing some type of ceremonial ritual, almost everything is symbolic. Almost everything means something to them. And they know what it means. They know what each thing represents, or what each thing is going to do, what the energy is going to be. And when I say these people are so particular, and with following the rules and the regulations. It's like when it comes to their rituals, guys, they don't deviate. They don't deviate from it's like they had to find these red heifers. They're searching the world for these doggone things. And then to make sure they don't have, how difficult is it to make sure a cow doesn't have a single white or black hair? Like who's going to do all of that work? They are. This is how important it is to them. Okay. So cedarwood is one of the things that they use while the cow is burning, because they've already drained it of the blood. So does anybody know what cedarwood is good for? I know y'all know. I know y'all know. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know what cedarwood is good for? Or do you remember a story about Solomon when they spoke of cedarwood? With the story of Solomon? Does anybody remember that or know of that? But my Bible thumper is at, man. I got a lot of people who be sending me all these religious quotes and everything. Cedarwood is good for spiritual and physical health. I repeat, cedarwood is good for spiritual and physical health. So now they got the cows, but they have cedarwood because they want spiritual and physical health. They want to have good quality spiritual and physical health for some reason. Why are they looking to have good health? Why is this ritual so important? Why do they feel they need to have good spiritual health, good physical health now? They purchased the cows in 2002. Why didn't they use the cows in 2002? They're using the cows now. Now is the time to burn these cows. Something going on, huh? So cedarwood, this sea moss is good, y'all. Shout out to Black America. So cedarwood is good for spiritual and physical health. There's a story with King Solomon. And in the time of King Solomon, the temples were built with cedarwood. When I first heard this, and if you've ever seen cedarwood, I was like, how is it even gonna hold up? But back then, hey Erica, what's up, Erica? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So if you ever look back then, they didn't really build the houses, I guess what you would say, with stones or cement. So cedarwood is like I'm trying to just, it's like not like a leaf, but it's like a I guess you would say like a brush kind of thing. It can be kind of like, reminds me of a little bit of a broom. So it's a little bit of I guess strength to it. So Solomon's temple was built with cedarwood because it was a holy temple and it was going to be used for spiritual benefits. So if you're building a temple back then, you needed something that would present spiritual wealth, physical health, and cedarwood back then was the perfect thing. So Solomon's temple was actually built with cedarwood. Cedarwood is also good for ceremonies when it comes to purity and to calming the mind, because a lot of times when you're doing ceremonies, spiritual ceremonies, people get a little crazy. They get a little chaotic, especially if there's psychedelics involved. Sometimes things get a little out of hand, and cedarwood is something that will assist with purifying and cleansing the area, kind of just like Palo Santo. It's very similar to Palo Santo. But cedarwood also helps to calm the mind in a ceremony. So the second ingredient they used while the cows were burning was hyssop. Do any of y'all know about hyssop? All my religious people must be in church praying tonight. It's Sunday. That makes sense. Okay. Got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. A hyssop is actually something that's used for health. So where are all my health fanatics? All the people who are into herbs and spices and healing. Y'all know what hyssop is? Hyssop is used to cure ailments. Now, why would they want red heifers, virgin heifers with no flaws to be burning, along with cedar wood for spiritual and physical health, along with hyssop, which cures ailments? Like, what are they doing here? What's going on? Why would they do? Exactly. It's Palm Sunday, right? Today is, I saw so many people outside today with their palms. Them little long, stringy palms that they get, and you make like a cross and you put it over your house. I hope y'all got yourself some palms. Huh? Because that is a way to protect your home. Also, just in case you don't have any cedar wood or anything else that people use nowadays. So, hyssop. It's used to cure ailments. It's a cleansing tool. Hyssop is used to sprinkle blessed water or oils on people to bless or cleanse them from things like illnesses, evil spirits, bad luck, used for love and happiness in the house. So this is, I don't know if you guys can see, this is actually holy water. So when they say something like, you hear someone saying blessed water or holy water, this is what they're trying to create, right? On their own. So they have the red cows, they have the red heifers, the virgin, flawless red heifers with the cedar wood for spiritual and physical health, combined with hyssop, which cures ailments and is also a cleansing tool. And when you put it with the oils of the water, it protects from illness, evil spirits, bad luck, and is used for love and happiness. Now, why are they doing this ritual to protect against, like you see multiple references for protection against illness, references for protection regarding their love of themselves, love of their families, love of their children, love of their communities. Then you see protection against evil spirits, protection against illness. Like, why are they doing this ritual? Like, does it make any sense to you guys? Is Florida water like holy water? Ooh, good question. Oh, where's my Florida water? I don't have it near me, but I got Florida water too. No, it's actually different. Florida water, I know Florida water can be made at home naturally. There are Florida waters that is sold in many of these, I guess you would say, spiritual stores. And some of the ingredients in the Florida water you find that is in there is not necessarily healthy for you. But if you have to use it, I'd say use it. That Florida water that you see in stores, it has alcohol in it. And alcohol, obviously, we all know alcohol is not good for us. So I do suggest you learn how to make the Florida water at home because it has a beautiful fragrance. Now, holy water, this doesn't have any fragrance at all. None whatsoever. Holy water is more like blessed water, I guess you could say, water that was prepared via a ritual, via a ceremony. So you could use it for protection and for prayer and all of that. Kind of the same as Florida water. I would not like clean with this or mop anything with this. Florida water, you see a lot of people use Florida water on their bodies. They'll use Florida water on some of their stones to cleanse their stones. I've seen people clean their floors and then put a little Florida water on the floor to change the energy of the room. So it's Florida water is used for certain things. And I believe that holy water is used more for something different. You also hear a lot of reference to holy water when it comes to churches, when it comes to preachers, preparing the water, preparing the holy water. You know what's so funny? You hear reference to holy water in the Bible, but you don't hear reference to Florida water in the Bible. Have anybody heard reference to Florida water in the Bible? Maybe I missed something in the book, or maybe it's under another name. I don't know. There's lots of references to holy water. So this water don't smell like nothing. I ain't tasted, so I doubt if it even tastes like anything. So it's more like a blessed water, where prayers were done over it and rituals were done to prepare the water. So that's kind of what it is. Florida water is more like chemicals that are mixed together in order to create a certain dynamic or a certain energy. That's my definition, at least. So okay. So the third thing that they need in terms of like what they're adding to this ritual, besides the red heifers, is scarlet wool. Does anybody know what scarlet wool is? Well, I know y'all know what wool is, and you probably know what scarlet is, right? So you can kind of figure out exactly what that is that I'm talking about. So scarlet wool is actually something that's mentioned in the Bible a few times. It's more than one time where they'll mention scarlet wool. Scarlet represents the color red. Again, we have more references to the color red. We have the red cows, the red heifers. We have the blood that was spread everywhere, right? So we have multiple references to red. Scarlet means, the actual definition of scarlet, it's really interesting. So the actual definition of scarlet means the stuff that comes out of a worm. How crazy is that? The substance that comes out of a worm is the actual definition of scarlet when I looked it up. So the female lays the egg on the tree bark and attaches herself over the egg as protection. As the larva is consumed, her blood runs down the tree, staining it. What in the world? Talk about a sacrificial mama, a sacrificial parent. But more reference to blood. The blood of her as she's stuck on the tree, protecting the eggs, the worm, the blood of the worm. That's interesting. So the larva consumes her body, her blood runs down the tree, staining it. If harvested at the right time, the blood can be used as a dye for the fabric. So a lot of times when you see these red dyes, it's different red dyes that are out here, but this particular red dye is the one that they want. So remember, we're talking about a group of people who are not just going to take any and everything to do their ritual. They are being very specific, very precise, very organized, and well planned many years before they even do this ritual. So they made sure that they were able to get the scarlet wool, the fabric of the scarlet wood, rather. So now we have multiple references to red, to blood, scarlet, red heifer, cedarwood, hyssop, virgin cow, and the Bible, Numbers 19. What are they doing, y'all? What is going on? Anybody know? Why are they going through all of this? Why do they need protection against sickness? Why do they have a desire to do a whole ceremony for their love, or maybe to receive love, or maybe to appear as if they need love, or maybe to be loved? I don't know. I honestly can't really say that I know why this ritual is so important to them. Now, let's go back to where the big altar is, where the heifers are burning. This altar is big, y'all. You can find photos of this altar on the internet. So the ashes of the red heifer is collected after they burn it down to the ashes, to the bones. Everything is burned. And they put the ingredients in there, and it's collected and stored in a ceremonial place outside that area. So now you got a third area. You got one area where they took the blood that they drained, right? And they went over here, covered this place with the blood. Then you got another area where they're burning the cows. Now they collect the ashes and they have to put it in a sacred, protected place. They can't just store these ashes anywhere. No, 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 no. And not just anyone can be around these ashes or touching these ashes. That's how sacred this whole ceremony is to them. Oh, wait, hold on. According to the Latter-day Saints, when Isaiah says that the Lord can change our sins from scarlet or crimson to snow or wool, he is saying that the Lord can do something that is impossible for us to. Exactly. Exactly. So there are things that certain groups are doing in order to protect themselves. However, they're calling upon a higher power to assist with that protection. Does that make sense? What I'm saying, does that make any sense? So at times when we find ourselves in situations, we pray, right? So we're praying to our higher selves, a spirit, a guide, our ancestors, because we feel at that time like we need assistance from another source. However, they are preparing for something before it even gets here. At least this is the way I feel. Like this whole ritual is like something is happening where it's going to be practically impossible for many people to get out of these particular situation or whatever is coming. And if you think it's something impossible, you feel like it's something impossible, then you feel like you need to bring in another source, an outside source, a more powerful source. And I feel like that's what they're doing. I feel like that's what they're preparing for. When Isaiah says that the Lord can change our sins from scarlet to crimson to snow or wool, he is saying that the Lord can do something that is impossible for us to do on our own. The Christ can. Exactly. Exactly. Something that we can't do on our own. What is it you think that they can't do on their own, though? I mean, what do you feel like? Why are they preparing for something so powerful that they feel they need assistance from an outside source? Like this ritual is super important to these people, very important to them. So I don't know. I don't know what's going. I'm around them sometimes, but I'm not around them all the time. Okay. I'll be honest with y'all. I am around some of them, but they ain't gonna tell me nothing. A cloth dyed red stays red. But regardless of the stain of our sins, the atonement of Jesus Christ can make us pure again if we repent. It stays red. Let me tell you, when you're using the right quality, and that's the intentions, because they said the cloth does need to stay red. So it can't be like some fake dye or whatever, phony half-ass dye. It's got to stay red during the whole ritual. This is important to them. So the ashes are later used. So they go back to the place of the burning cow. They collect all the ashes. They store them in a ceremonial place, like a whole separate area where it's protected and prayed over, and not anyone can go in there. Like a special person who's clean and energy is good or whatever, they can go over there. These ashes are later used in water. They mix so after they've added all the ingredients, right? We got the scarlet wool, the hyssop, we have the cedar wood, we have the ashes from the cow. It's collected, and later on they're putting it in the water. The blood, they already drained the blood out because this is not all mixed with blood. The blood they use for like something else to protect, the houses and the homes and the temples and stuff. So the ashes are used in purifying those who came in contact with dead bodies. Did y'all hear me? The ashes are used with those who haven't come in contact with dead bodies. Isn't that interesting? Who in the world is coming in contact with a bunch of dead bodies? I don't know. Why would they need this amount of protection? Why would they be calling upon outside assistance? Scarlet represents sins. Wool represents purification. This is a whole purification ritual. This is a purification ritual. This is a ritual where they want to ask for protection against something or someone or some entity or some being. And I guess maybe they're looking for repent against their sins. Are they sinning, y'all? Are they sinning? I don't know. I'm not going to get into who's out here sinning or who's asking to be repentant from their sins. All I know is this is a gigantic, powerful ritual. So I don't know. I know that it's in connection also to money. At least this is what the information that I received from the person who sent me this information. This is for love, for protection, for abundance, for purification, and probably for sins, repenting of sins, but it's also for financial abundance and wealth. Like this thing includes so many different facets that I wouldn't even know where to begin to start. So now you have the ashes of the red heifers combined with the hyssop, combined with the cedar wood, combined with the scarlet wool, all burned, right? And then they put it in the water. They bless the water. They do all the prayers or whatever. This process is done by like a ceremonial, I guess, priest or a person who's considered like clean or cleansed in their spiritual rites. So, and it's a man, by the way, who does this ceremony. Usually it's a man. At least that's what I read. It's usually a man. So the man who is a ceremonial clean person, he takes the hyssop, right? He dips it in the water and sprinkles anyone who touched the dead body, any dead person, any dead bones in the gravesite or a grave, people being killed, dying would be cleaned. All those people who was in connection to anything like that will be cleaned, cleared, and cleansed. Why would anyone need this level of cleaning and cleansing and references to the dead bodies and graves and dead bones and protection against illness, purity, all these references? I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. But let's keep going, right? In the Bible, there's a reference, and I don't remember where. I don't know exactly where it's at. But there's a reference to Jesus. There's a reference to Jesus was crucified outside of Jerusalem. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think my Bible thumpers are in church. But there's a reference to when Jesus was crucified outside of Jerusalem. And so just as the ashes of the red heifers were there to cleanse the people from contamination of death, so goes it. The sacrifice, supposedly the sacrifice of Jesus, which was supposed to save people of their corruption or penalties or something like that. I'm not a Bible person, y'all, but anyway. I thought that was interesting. So I don't know if you remember in the Bible, there was a reference to some sacrifice or where something was given in exchange for another thing. But supposedly the red heifer cleansed people from contamination of death. So the sacrifice of Christ supposedly saved people from the penalty and corruption of death. I don't know. But wait a minute. Some people say Jesus ain't even real. So how do you fit that in there? Because you have everyone's on their spiritual journey, right? And I don't knock anyone for their beliefs or whatever, because we all are trying to figure it out. So I rock with Christians, I rock with people of other faiths, and they believe Jesus was real. Some of them believe Jesus ain't look like us. Some of them believe Jesus did look like us. And then there's another group of people that believe Jesus never even existed, that there was no physical being called Jesus, that this was something that was symbolic in the sky and the stars, and that represented the energy of Jesus coming through. So I don't know, it gets a little complicated after that. Well, anyway, back to the ritual. So this particular ritual that they're scheduled to do this month in a couple of days is scheduled to be done on March 29th. And it's an overnight ritual. So it goes from March 29th, Friday, March 29th, over to Saturday, March 30th. And that's a long ceremony. That is a long ritual. I have been to overnight ceremonies, and trust me, y'all, it is exhausting. It's exhausting. So it starts on Friday. We all know what Friday is. And then it goes off into Saturday overnight. Friday is what a lot of people know is Oshun Day. Isn't Friday Oshun Day? And what does Oshun represent? But is this a coincidence, you think? You think they chose Friday by coincidence, or do you think it had to be on a Friday? Because Oshun represents abundance, right? What else does Oshun represent? Love, right? Interesting. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. But I do know that a couple of months ago, I was at another ritual. And these were all Indian people. These were all Indian people. And when I say so many of them turned up, it was crazy. They, some of them had the red dot on their forehead. They had the children there. They had the husband and wife there. They had the grandparents there. Like all of them were there participating in this water ritual. And that's when I began to notice, like, these rituals are going on everywhere, but we're not paying attention to them because maybe we figure it has nothing to do with us. Maybe we figure it doesn't affect us. Maybe we figure we shouldn't know about it. But I just find it interesting that so many groups of people are participating in these rituals. And so when the Indians were there, I'm inquisitive. I was inquiring, and they said sort of the same thing: for good luck, for protection, for love, for abundance, for guidance, for strength, for financial abundance. And we also want to protect the earth, protect the water, send good energy to, the earth and to the ethers. And I was like, oh, okay. But now we have this. And then there was another ritual that was with chickens. Okay. After they got through with those chickens, after they got through with killing all those chickens, they're not going to throw them away because it's a waste. So they sell them in the supermarkets in the Black neighborhoods after they're done with the rituals. I don't eat chicken, but I was sick to the thought of something like that going on because I know a lot of people who eat chicken in the community. Chicken is actually probably one of the most addictive meats for us to get off of. And I always wondered why. Is it the flavor? Is it chickens have like hormones in it? Like, what is it that makes chicken so addictive? But when you're eating chicken after someone just did an overnight ritual on it, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. So we have multiple groups out here that are doing rituals. Rituals for love, for happiness, for abundance. Some of them told me they was doing rituals for their business, for their family, rituals for their health, rituals for their mental health, for their psychological health, for their physical health, and rituals for their spiritual health. Like, this is crazy. What's up, Dove? Fly KM. What's up? What's up? Peace and blessings. We are talking about rituals. Red heifer, which is a cow, rituals. So welcome, welcome, welcome. These people, when I inquire, they say that a lot of times these rituals are for them to maintain good energy around them, maintain good family relationships, maintain good finances, good businesses, good investments, to protect their loved ones from their children all the way to their elderly. I mean, this is amazing to me. It's amazing. So the ritual is going to be Friday, this Friday, March 29th. It's going to be in another country. It's not going to be here in America, so y'all don't have to worry about that. It's going to go overnight through to the 30th to Saturday. So March 29th, what season are we in? We are in Aries season. So the ritual starts on Oshun Friday in Aries season. And Oshun is not only about abundance, she also heals the sick. So here you go, multiple references to making sure people are healthy and they're protected against sickness and illness, and all these references to protection against death and finance. Like, is there anything left to protect yourself against if they got all of this involved? Oshun brings prosperity. If you give an offering to Oshun, I think it's like 20 times increased. Can you imagine the massive offering they're going to be doing on Friday with these red heifers? Not to mention they got their holy water. Oshun is a water goddess. She's the goddess of love. She's the goddess of healing. I don't know if this is an Oshun ritual or what. Or is this just something that they do to protect themselves and their families? And not only that, to protect their communities. I have no idea. I'm just the person who researched it. Because I got the video from another brother who sent it to me. And he's connecting it to finances. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a lot deeper than what I'm communicating to you. So we have Aries season, Oshun Friday. Aries represents what? Aries are bold, ambitious, head first into most of the challenging situations. They can be the energy of an unstoppable person. Like once they get going, once they get riled up, once they're ready to go, it's almost like they are unstoppable. Aries, is Aries the ram? I think they are, right? Unstoppable energy. Rivalry energy, headstrong energy, desire to lead type of energy, getting things done first and fast, quick, fast. Let's get this done. Let's get it moving. Let's get it popping. We need to do this. Let's get it done. Aries also represents rage. The color of rage is usually a reference to red. When you take the medicine Cambo and you purge, we watch for the type of purge or the quality of the purge that's coming out of you. If you purge anything that is sort of red or blackish red, that's considered rage. The person has an inner rage within them that they need to release. So rage, more references to the color red. Aries, connected to battle, warfare, slaughter. Not to mention, if you kill a bunch of cows, is that considered slaughter or is that considered a ritual? The way that they're killing these cows, right? This amount of cows that they're killing, why they are killing, is that considered slaughter or is that just a ritual? It's just a ritual, right? I don't know. But Aries is connected to battle, warfare, and slaughter also. Another thing I noticed is this ritual is done before the eclipse. So often when people are trying to prepare for chaos and mayhem and bullshit that may be coming, they do the ritual before. I know people who were doing rituals last year to protect themselves from what's coming this year. To build up the protection, to build up the energy, to build up whatever they needed to protect themselves against. I know people who are preparing this year for next year because this year's year of the dragon, right? What's next year? Anybody thinking about what's going to be happening next year? Or you just thinking about, I need to get through this year. I need to get past 2024. I'm not thinking about next year. Next year is year of the snake. And what do snakes do? Snakes shed and they slither. There's a lot of references to the snake. That's the energy for next year. The energy of this year is year of the dragon. So this ritual is done before the eclipse. So we have an eclipse tomorrow, and then we have another eclipse coming a couple of days after that. So this ritual is done in between two eclipses. What the freak? What the freak, y'all? This ritual is done in between two eclipses. On Oshun Friday. With all these ingredients that they done added. What's up, Carmen? Peace and blessings. How are you? How crazy is this? This ritual is also done in between full moons. So they have them in between full moons, in between eclipses on an Oshun Friday with ingredients that are protecting them from illness, from death, protecting their wealth and their finances, protecting their love. Like, what is going on? What's going on? I don't know. All I know is there's a group called the Hebrew Israelites. Is that the name of that group? That sometimes they're outside on the street preaching. I wonder if the Hebrew Israelites know about this particular ritual. I wonder. I've never heard of it until the brother shared the video with me. And I was like, what? Like, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. They waited years to do this particular ritual. Oh, one more thing. The research that I did said that this particular ritual for them, for this group of people, is because they believe a Messiah is coming. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't even know exactly what does that mean. Like, but they believe something or someone is coming. And it's a big deal to them. It's important to them. So, the word red, when you look up the numbers, the word red equals number 9, right? In numerology. When you look up the word heifer breaks down to the number 9 also. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. What does the number 9 mean? The number 9 means completion, although not the final ending. So completion, although not the final ending. More like fulfillment of a cycle so you can prepare to initiate the next one. So remember when I mentioned that they had another temple altar, and then they said in history that, oh, you heard this? Really? Oh my God. Finally, someone who can get what I'm talking about, because I feel like I'm crazy here. Like, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carmen. Feel free to type out what you know about this to share some information, because I'm very curious about this. So it's the completion, although not the final ending. And it's more like fulfillment of a cycle so you can prepare and initiate for the next cycle. So to them, things are happening in a cycle, and this cycle is closing, and they need to prepare for another cycle. Obviously, we all feel something's coming. Everybody feels that. Everyone senses something is coming, that there's a big change coming. No one really knows exactly what it is, but something's happening. There's too much going on in this world. Like, I'm gonna do another video because it's so much chaos and mayhem going on that I can't even keep up. And look, you're definitely not crazy. Yeah, it's like, what is going on? What is going on? So 9, the number 9. The number 9 is a powerful number, and it is associated with transformation. It has an influence on the human destiny and the universe as a whole. The number 9 is a powerful number and is associated with transformation and has an influence on the human destiny and the universe as a whole. Is this by accident? I mean, did they think about all of this and plan it this precise? Is this an accident? Now, if you're dealing with the number 9, because we have positive and negative aspects of these numbers. If you're dealing with the number 9 in a negative light from negative energy, then it would be sort of like scattered interest, careless with your finances, wanting attention, possessiveness. That's from the negative side of the number 9. I don't know if they're trying to protect themselves from the negative side or the negative aspects of number 9 and just only attract the positive, I don't know. But the number 9 is also connected to red. Red is connected to Mars. Mars is connected to Aries. It's all a cycle because it's Aries season, right? Like, and Mars is like a war battle planet. Like, this is well thought out, well planned, well organized. And I don't even think I'm giving y'all half of the information. I'm pretty sure that if I was to sit with one of them, that it would be a lot more information provided. They ain't gonna tell me, y'all, because they might look at me as a plant, as an op, as a spy. And I guess I kind of would be, right? So we have this big real talk, right? Exactly. I probably would. I probably would. So we have this big, gigantic ritual, right? With all these ashes and everything. And, you know, in my opinion, any ritual that's done, it affects almost everyone around them. You know, this is a gigantic ritual. There's been multiple rituals going around. Everywhere I go, I'm starting to see rituals. I don't know if it's because I'm in the energy of just paying attention to rituals and what's going on, but I believe these rituals affect everyone, some way, some form, somehow. That's what I believe. That's the way I feel, rather. So I always consider, when I see hundreds of thousands of people at these rituals, these ceremonies, I don't see anybody who look like us. I don't see anybody who look like us. I don't even, like, I've seen smaller groups of rituals. Shout out to some brothers I know who actually participating in one little ritual for themselves and for their families. But other than that, I hear a lot of negativity in the community, like a lot of hate amongst our people, a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy, a lot of it, y'all. A lot of it. A lot of, you know, like if you're gossiping about someone and you're talking about someone and you're spreading rumors about someone, that is a form of spiritual warfare. That is a form of negativity and toxicity that you're spewing towards that person. And while I'm around these other groups that are doing these gigantic rituals, it's like if they have something to say about a person or a couple that's going through something, it's expressed in a different light, in a different way. It's like, you know, we need to get some guidance for such and such. And then I will tell you, this particular group that's doing this ritual this Friday, y'all already know how to get down, because they're not always all on up and up. They're not always all good people, loving, light, positive people. You know, they be doing some stuff. But when some of their people act up, they immediately grab that person and pull them out of the limelight, pull them out of society, and put them somewhere where they can't be seen, because they're not going to allow their community to be embarrassed. They pull a person's coattail. Right? The Indian community who was doing the rituals, like, I can't even like count how many 7-Elevens they told me they own. And I was just like, what? 7-Elevens? 7-Elevens? Is it that much money in 7-Elevens, guys? 7-Elevens, gas stations. Most of them had businesses. How many 7-Elevens do we own? And it's making me think. And I want to make you think. It's making me contemplate things from a different perspective that would allow me to cause you to contemplate things and look at it from a different perspective. If we're spending so much time and energy on hurting one another, when do we have time to level up? If we're all competing against one another, and some of them, from them there, for them there. Yeah, for them there is. Exactly. Exactly. So where is the growth within our community? Why aren't we expanding and becoming successful? There are a lot in the Gettysburg. Tell me about it, right? And it didn't even dawn on me that usually, like, when you're traveling and you go to the gas stations, you're on I-95 or you're on 295 or, wherever you're driving to, who are the owners of these stations, these stores? How often do you see someone that looks like us? When you go over this community that's doing this ritual this Friday, when you go over to the neighborhood, they got their own clothing stores. They got their own tailors. I went over there, they had their own freaking construction company. They had their own bank. They had their own real estate where they only housed their own people. Like, you and I could not go over there and get an apartment because the housing is built and designed for their people. I even went to Chinatown one day and I was watching them in Chinatown. What is the name of this bank? I think it's either Bank of America or Chase Bank, but it had Chinese writing all over it, and it only had Chinese workers inside of it. And I was like, how in the world did they pull this off? This is Chase Bank of America is worldwide. It's worldwide. We're not in China, we're in America. But in Chinatown, it's like they had their own bank with their own people. Isn't that interesting? When you go to Chinatown, it's their town. That's why they call it Chinatown. They own the real estate over there. They own the restaurants over there. They can buy their clothing. They got the jewelry store over there. And they selling hella jade in Chinatown. If y'all want some real jade, because right now it's a lot of fake jade out here. If you want some real jade, Kara's like, yeah, I'm serious. Go over to Chinatown. And if you go over there, take somebody who speaks Mandarin with you. I have a sister who's half Black, half Asian. And what we discovered was when we walk into their stores, they do talk about us, right? So I guess we would do the same thing if they walked into our stores if we had stores. So they do talk about us. But when she walked into the store, because she has the look, but when she opens up her mouth and speaks their language, you know what they were doing? They were giving her discounts. They asked her, where was she from? Where her parents was from? How did she learn the language? Boom. She gets a discount for the stuff that we were buying. Because at that point, we put all of our stuff on the counter and we stepped back and we let her do the work. So how many of y'all knew this was going on? That they were giving their people discounts. And she's half Black. She's half Black. And they still gave her a discount. I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. So it's this dynamic of where they look out for one another, they support one another, they're building with each other, they're connecting with each other, they're doing rituals that I haven't seen anybody in Chinatown or any Asians do any rituals yet. I'm pretty sure they're doing rituals too. I haven't seen it. I haven't even heard it. I haven't witnessed it. So I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they too were doing rituals to protect their lives, protect their families, protect their love, protect their businesses, protect their abundance, protection from illness, just overall protection from spirituality, all of that. And I look a lot of times at the Black community and I see a lack of love, a lack of connection, a lack of support. And I'm not saying like, yeah, you support. I mean, like really, really support. A lack of protection is tremendous. A lot of times our community is infiltrated because no one's protecting it. No one's protecting the people. No one's protecting the lessons. No one's protecting the children. Anybody can walk up in here and just be like, yeah, I'm whatever we are at that moment and be us. Right? Most of them have ancestors. Oh, the Chinese, you mean? You mean the Chinese? You know what? Well, you're right. I do see a lot of altars when I go to Chinatown, but I didn't even know it was the ancestor altars because I see a lot of Buddha altars when I go there. Okay, yes, the Chinese. I see a lot of Buddha altars and a lot of that's the first place where I got ancestor money. That is the first place where I got ancestor money. Yes. That's one thing. Like, I've never seen the Indian people burn ancestor money. I don't know if they do. I've never seen any of the Jewish people who are going to be doing it, the Israel people that's doing this ritual this Friday. I've never seen them. But I tell you one thing, them doggone Chinese, like the ancestor money, like it be this thick. And then y'all seen the ancestor money before, right? Like each bill is like $1 zillion. And they be up there. And then they gave me I went there, they gave me ancestor money and they gave me the big gold bars. Have you ever seen the gold bars? Man, I was like, what am I gonna do with this big? Like the gold bar was like this. I was like, yeah, they was like selling them billions and billions and trillions and trillions and billions and billions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And I was like, okay. They quick to burn some ancestor money over there in Chinatown. You're right. They quick to have the altars. So those are ancestor altars because I don't never see any photos. So I was connected that whenever you have the photos of the person, that's the ancestor altar. Carving billions and billions and billions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. That's the way they be burning it. It be smoky. I'd be like, what? Y'all done? Like, no, we gotta send some more. We gotta send some more. Yo, I don't know if when they do the Chinese New Year, maybe that's when they doing their rituals. Have you ever been to a Chinese New Year? They have these dragon costumes, and the dragons are like dancing, and they be burning hella ancestor money, y'all. It be smelling like paper and ink up in there, for real. I ain't gonna front. I be up there with them burning it. I be like, yeah, ling 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 ling. Yo, I'll be burning my ancestor money too. They the ones that gave me the gold bars. I never heard any black people burning no gold bars, no silver bars. I never heard of that until I was around them. They're the ones that was like, watch when you buy the jade, the jade stone, how there were so many people out here selling fake jades. And I was like, how jade is difficult to get. Real jade. And if you go to Chinatown and you look and see what the cost of that jade is, you'll be floored. You'll be floored. I got one piece of jade. It ain't going nowhere. I don't lend it to nobody. I don't let nobody touch it. I got my one piece of jade, and that's that. I was never able to get any more because the prices went up like ridiculously. Nonetheless, Y'all need to get on y'all rituals for y'all family, for yourselves, for whatever it is you're trying to create and manifest. Y'all need to get your ancestor money. Y'all need to get your candles and start protecting yourselves. Do your prayers, like whatever it is that you need to do. Because I don't know what's going on with these people and why they're going through why they're doing what they're doing, but clearly they're preparing for something because they want to be protected. And y'all need to stop all this envy, this hate, this jealousy, this spell work on each other. And y'all know who y'all are, who I'm talking about, because you're watching the channel and I know who you are. So this ain't gonna get you nowhere. Trying to control someone else's destiny or someone else's fortune or someone else's outcome or someone else's willpower, it's not working. And you already see that it's not working. So it's better if you change your energy. Oh, hey, James. I didn't even see you. What's up, James? What's up? Hey. Change your energy and start working on yourself, because you actually better off working with that person instead of trying to hurt that person. All these people men who see good women with other men and plotting to take those women, what are you doing? And vice versa. Like, what are you doing? It is not healthy for our community. And I'm not witnessing this in other communities. And if I did witness this in other communities, which occasion on I might witness it, they pull their coattail immediately. What are you doing? Not in front of Miss Bliss. Wait until she get out of here. Then we're gonna hash it out. But not in front of other cultures. They won't have. Chinese are big on respect. Big on, you have to respect the family. Big on it. Chinese are very big on respect. Respecting their family, respecting their culture. Respecting their ancestors. Respecting each other. You can fight behind closed doors, but not in front of other people to watch you, to see what's going on. Big on respect. This is why you hear me talking about I'm around other communities. I'm around other groups. I'm around other organizations, because I see the difference between them and how we rock, and I see why they're successful and why we're not. And if you start being around them, you don't have to act like you like it. You don't have to act like you like them, but you just want to be around them to observe, to watch, and to see from another perspective. Now, yeah, we got some tricksters out here who doing stuff, who trying to pull the wool over our eyes, pull the carpet from underneath our feet. But overall, no one's stopping you from your success. None of these groups are causing you to break up with your husband or your wife. Let's be honest with each other. Let's be real. No one from these groups are stopping you from being with a good partner, a good lover. That's us and our bullshit and our fuckery. No one's causing you to have terrible friendships with one another. They're not doing that. Yeah, they might have some news and media or social media that sort of infiltrates or somehow gets into our conscious or subconscious, but we're ultimately responsible because we are old enough to know better. Therefore, we should be able to do better. But hence, I'm talking, but I know ain't nobody gonna listen, because I know it's still gonna. Next week I'm gonna get the same phone call. Such and such did this. So and so was doing that, and I'll be like, oh. And I know they watching the show. That's the crazy part about it. If they weren't watching the show, I'll be like, I give them the benefit of the doubt. But I know these people are watching the show. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't. So, who's the person who shared this video with me? I don't know if any of y'all know who Joel Benjamin is. Joel Benjamin has his own YouTube channel. Hey, Pernue, what's up? Yo, Pernue and I be doing rituals, y'all. We do ceremonies. We take the medicine. Shout out to Pernue, y'all. We got another show coming up with Pernue. So, I rock with Pernue. I got mad love for the brother. I got mad love to the Tantra community. Yo, Some of these brothers in the Tantra community are putting in the work. I repeat, some of these brothers in the Tantra community are putting in the work. You guys would be so proud of them. Like, you would probably cry. I kid you not. I kid you not. You would be so, and we talking all ages, all ages, all ages. We got brothers in there that's in their 20s, all the way up to brothers that's in their 40s and 50s. And they are putting in the work. We got brothers in there that are married. We got brothers in there that are single. We got brothers in there that got children. We got brothers in there that don't have children. Light-skinned brothers, dark-skinned brothers, thick brothers, slender brothers, tall brothers, short brothers. Can I say any more? It's raining men. It's raining men, and they all putting in the work. When's the last time you've been around a community of men who are willing to put in the work? As well as the sisters. As you have, as well as the sisters. Exactly. Well, I work with the men. Pernod work with the women. So he's going to be vouching for the women. I'm going to let him come on the show and tell y'all how the women are doing, because I actually recommend women to him. I'll be like, yo, Pernod, I got a sister. I'm going to send it to you. And vice versa. He sends me women and he sends me men. So sometimes we can work on women too. It depends on the situation. But we recommend clients to one another. But overall, in the Tantra community, a lot of them, from what I'm seeing, they're putting in the work. They're putting in the work. And then I could also say, in some instances, in the medicine community, some people are putting in the work. So it's raining men. Hallelujah. Yes. And it feels so good to be around people who are doing the work. And you don't have to all be doing rituals, because I rock with some Christians too now, by the way, and some Protestants too. And they say they're not interested in doing rituals, although they're doing rituals anyway, but they don't look at those situations that they do, those things that they do as rituals, but they're actually rituals. But I don't say anything to them. I let them be. But I rock with them because they have a good heart. I could feel their energy. Even though they may not have all the knowledge in history that a lot of you guys have, they have good intentions. I see them going to the church, inviting me to the church, and they'll be there all day cooking and preparing food to give out for free to people who are hungry. These are people who are in the church, who we say are misguided, misunderstood, confused, messed up because they're following the wrong God, but they have a good heart. I'm only interested in people who have a good heart. I'm only interested in people who are operating with integrity, with love, with honesty. I'm only interested in people who are willing to say, look, I need to do the work because I'm effed up right now. I'm effed up. I'm the one cheating on my husband. Right? That's right. I look at their sincerity. Yeah. I'm the one cheating on my wife. I'm the one stealing the money. I'm the one with the addiction. I'm the one who's causing the family to divide. I'm the one who's causing the trauma in my children. Right? So if you can't, you might be messed up, you might be screwed up. And I meet people like that all the time. But these people that I meet, they're like, I know I got some problems. I know I need work. Just pull my coattail when you see me messing up. Pull my coattail. Help me. Help me out. They're not saying, oh, me man, me big guy, I'm so strong, I don't need guidance. I'm in charge of the household. Meanwhile, the freaking household is falling apart. The children are running amok. The wife can't stand you. Lord knows what she's doing when you go to work all day, and vice versa. The man come home, the woman, the dinner ain't done, the house ain't clean, and all she could do is nag you and argue at you, and you don't even want to be there. You got time to be in somebody else's business, to be paying attention to somebody else? What are you doing? What are you doing? What good is it for you to focus on someone who ain't paying you no mind, who ain't bothering you, who living their life, when you should be paying attention to yourself, the healing on yourself, your household? How you gonna pay the bills? Are you gonna be able to keep your job? How's your son doing? How's your daughter doing? How's mom? How's dad? How's auntie? How's uncle? Nieces? Like, most of us got like, how many family members? Right? And this is what I see when I go in these other communities. The rituals are to protect them and what they have. The rituals are to protect their legacy while they build their empire. And I swear to God, if I hear about another person buying another 7-Eleven from them Indians, I'm just going to scream. I'm going to scream. Another gas station. I ain't even going to talk about the people from your men that I be rocking with that own all these corner stores. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. Who own these corner stores up around here? I asked them, how much is it to build up this corner store? Like, how much money? Like, when I walk in the store, first of all, every morning, when I go into any one of their stores, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care what state I am in, because I travel. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Peace, brother. And it's always the men in the stores. It's never the women. So we got to the point where they would see me all the time when I'm traveling, and they got to know me. They got to know my family, and they started to share information. And they would say, oh, you know what? We got this store for this amount of money, and this is our rent every month. And y'all, they killing it. They killing the game. Let me tell you, I was going to talk about this on the next show, but I'm going to tell you about these Africans that I met when I was traveling. I don't know, they just came through the border, but let's just say they ain't been here that long. Okay? So one group that I met was walking all around the city. I was in Georgia, and they were collecting bottles. And I was like, okay, I'm collecting bottles. And they would go turn the bottles in, right? And then they had so many of them that were collecting the bottles all over the city because they got to cover all the spots, right? And they getting all this money, whatever. And the weather in Georgia is a little bit warmer, so they can kind of be outside, as opposed to if they're up in like the Philadelphia, New York, Boston, up here it's colder. And they collecting and collecting. I don't even know how they even got a license, how they even got ID to purchase a car. Like, hey, Rain, what's up? Shout out to the sister Rain, y'all. Yo, we did a medicine ceremony. We've been doing medicine ceremonies, y'all. Y'all make sure to reach out to me and Rain if y'all want to get the medicine. We just did the medicine with Rain and Purdue. Yo, it's so funny. I got both of y'all on here at the same time. We just did the medicine with Rain and Purdue. Beautiful ceremony. We sang a beautiful song. Amor, amor, amor. Masa, amor, amor, amor. Amor, amor, amor. I ain't gonna quit my day job. I'm not gonna say I can sing, but I'm just saying. Beautiful ceremony, y'all. Y'all know the sister Karain, she's a bruja. And if you need any advice, any readings, any medicine, any guidance, y'all be sure to look out to the sister Rain. Okay, y'all? Yes, look, she's like, yes. Purdue can also vouch for her also. And I send a number of clients to her always. Got much love, sis. Got much love. So Joel Benjamin, y'all. Check out Joel Benjamin. He is connecting this Red Heifer ceremony, ritual to cryptocurrency? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. I'm gonna let y'all look. Look, Purdue. Purdue is like, hey, Rain. Purdue said, hi to you, Rain. He's greeting you. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, y'all go check out Joel Benjamin. He speaks about Red Heifer. Look, Rain, she said, bye. Y'all talking to each other in the chat. This is so cute. Purdue, we got to do another ceremony. We got to get it popping. We got to get Rain down in Georgia to one of the Tantra retreats. She said she wanted to come. This should be interesting. Yes. And of course, we'll always report to you guys to let you know how things are going. But check out Joel Benjamin's YouTube channel. I think it's like his name, Joel Benjamin, and like numbers or whatever behind it. So check it out because he's connecting this Red Heifer ceremony, just the mention of Red Heifer, the ritual, to cryptocurrency. So I don't know which cryptocurrency. I'm not really sure of the exact name or how the connection goes. But yes, Cynthia's in the chat too. Yo, Ray, Cynthia's in the chat. Yo, family, we also did a beautiful ceremony with the sister Cynthia and Rain. Oh my goodness, this was such an interesting ceremony, guys. It was sparkling things, spirits everywhere. I love it, y'all. I love it. Love you, Cynthia. Love you, Rain. Love you, Purdue, guys. Thank you for your support. I adore you. Check out Joel Benjamin, find out about cryptocurrency, what you should be investing in. He can give you a reference as to what he feels is going on in terms of money and finance and investing in cryptocurrency, which coin, cryptocurrency you should be investing in, how you should be investing it. Yeah. Right back at you, Cynthia. Yes. Oh, you guys are so adorable. Yo, I got to get you everybody all together in one. Just in one place, we could do one ceremony. I think that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful for sure. All right, guys. That's it. So I hope this show helped you. Thank you, Purdue. I hope this show helped you guys. Don't be afraid of rituals and ceremonies. Be more observant around you. You can do your own thing at home to protect yourself and your family, or whatever it is. Yo, Rain is like, she down. Yo, that's what's up, yo. That's what's up, yo. Shout out to Brother Divine, by the way, in California. I had a crazy conversation with Brother Divine yesterday. And Brother David, who was at a ritual. I forgot where they were at. They were somewhere. I forgot where it's at though. But shout out to Brother Divine and Brother David, who called me to report about their ritual and how things were going. So I wanted to send love to those two brothers. And y'all, we're gonna have our own little tantra event and medicine ceremony combined together. We're going to invite anybody who wants to come. Y'all all welcome. To come and get the healing. Come and get the good vibrations. Come and feel the energy. Come and feel the love. Come experience healing. Oh my God. On a level that is like beyond what you could even imagine. So there you go. You're going to see Divine? Yes, he told me he was going to Texas for an event of the eclipse. Okay, yo, give him a hug for me. Tell him I said I send him love and abundance and joy. Big things are brewed. Girl, you ain't got to tell me. I already see. You ain't got to tell me. I already see it. I can already see it. Psychic abilities is activated. Yes. Sending love to everybody, y'all. Sending love. Keep me posted, y'all. All right, guys. Check out Joel Benjamin. Find out what you need to invest in. Find out which cryptocurrency. I don't know if you need a class or lessons or whatever, but get on your A game. Get ready, all right? Get prepared, because I don't know exactly what's coming. I can't really tell you what's coming for you. You got to try to figure that out. You got to do the work. It's okay to pray. I'm okay with praying. I don't knock anybody for praying. You know, it's okay with taking the psychedelics. I actually would love to promote people taking the psychedelics. We got the Sister Rain in here. I promote people doing healing, doing shadow work. Oh my goodness. Cornu's daughter wrote a book on shadow work. I definitely support people who are doing the work, who are doing the shadow work. Support my brothers and sisters in the Tantra community. Shout out to Adara, by the way. Shout out to Master Yao, by the way. Got mad love to the brothers and sisters in the Tantra community. So, I mean, what more can I say? What more can I say? Shadow work, yeah. Shadow work is where it's at, and is deep. We got brothers in the Tantra community that we're having conversations like as often as we can about shadow work. Yeah, shadow work and supporting one another. So important. So important. We all need to do shadow work. We all need to do shadow work. No one's too big, too powerful, too important to do shadow work. Because if you don't do the shadow work, then you're not healing. And if you're not healing, then you're still in this low vibration with these other low vibrational people, toxic environments. And so if that's going on, then the community is not healing. Right? So we got to heal. We got to heal. So I'm going to call it a night, you guys. Love and light, protection to all. I love you guys. Thank you for coming on. This has been so much fun. I enjoy you guys. Have a good night. Have a safe and wonderful night. And see if you see anything on the news for this ritual that's coming up. Keep me posted. Keep me posted. And it feels so good when you finish each level of the shadow work. Exactly. Goals, accomplishments, you know. Yes. Thank you, Rain. Peace and bliss, Tony Stark. Thank you for your help tonight with the Bible references. Tony, I was looking for my Bible thumpers. Yes, Tony was coming through, y'all. Yes, thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate you. All right, guys, we're going to call it a good night. I wish you wealth and abundance and happiness. Peace and blessings. Good night, y'all.